If you're wanting to build strength in your shoulders, have a stronger core, and better posture, this flow is all about building the foundation your body needs. Let's get into it. We are going to start standing up nice and tall in a neutral body position. So we're going to tuck our pelvis underneath. We don't want our chest splayed out. We want to stand in a nice neutral position. We're going to start by rolling our shoulders back 5 times. You can stand with your feet close together or a little further than hip distance apart, whichever is more comfortable. And then we're going to do 5 shoulder rolls forward. Now take your shoulders, you're going to roll them inward and then pull them back. Again, we're staying in a neutral body position. We're not splaying our chest out, keeping our pelvis nice and tucked under. Now let's take and bring our head to our shoulder on the left side. And you can bring that head kind of up and down a couple of times, stretching through the side of that neck. Be nice and gentle with this. We're just getting nice and warmed up. We can take and move our head from side to side, going down the front. As you notice, we're not going to roll our neck backwards and crunch on the back of that neck. We're just going to roll forward from side to side. Next, we are going to do a gentle look up and down. Again, we're not crunching on the back of that neck. We're just thinking about lifting and elongating the front of that neck. And then we'll look side to side. Again, all of these moves, let's be nice and gentle. From here, we're going to bring our arms out to the side and do some gentle pulses up and down. Palms are facing down on this one, creating tension in those fingers. And now we're going to take them forward. Next, we will do little pulses upward, palms facing up. We're just trying to create some heat in those shoulders. And we'll go backwards. Again, keeping our shoulders down, keeping everything nice and strong. Now you can shake those arms out. Next, we're going to make a nice little cactus pose and take our arms up and down. We want to make sure that we're keeping our shoulders down. We're not bringing them up to our ears. And we're just moving in a nice 90-degree position here, up and down. And then we can take and we're going to squeeze in and squeeze back out. Again, we're going to really want to think about squeezing those back muscles to pull those arms back. We're keeping our shoulders down. We're not shrugging our shoulders up. And we want to keep our spine in a nice neutral position. Not at any point are we ever splaying out our chest or arching our back. From there, we're going to take one arm back behind the back, grab it with the other hand, give it a little pull, and then bring our head to our shoulder and again move up and down. This should be a little bit of a deeper stretch than the first time around. Really thinking about elongating the side of that neck and through that shoulder. We'll take the other arm, bring it to the back, grab it with our other hand, give it a little pull, and then moving that head up and down, stretching out through that neck and shoulder. Go ahead and give your shoulder a nice reset. Now we're going to take our arms back behind our back, clasping our hands and opening up through that chest. Again, keeping ourselves in a nice neutral position through this. lifting those arms up, letting gravity bring them up over our head. You can bend through those knees, really trying to open up through that chest. You should feel some nice heat happening through those shoulders at this point. Next, we are going to come down to our tabletop position, stacking our shoulders over our hands. We're going to do some little shoulder shrugs. This is not a push-up. As you can see, my arms stay straight the entire time. You can have a little micro bend in your elbows to make sure that you're not hyperextending. Your elbow pits should be facing each other. And we're just doing some little shrugs up and down. Now take opposite hand, opposite leg, extend it out, and then pull it into your chest, having them meet in the middle. We're going to do 5 of these. And then go ahead and switch sides. Again, building some nice tension through that core, elongating through your toes and through your fingertips. Squeezing, squeezing, squeezing as you bring your elbow and your knee together. Next, we're going to drop down into a little child's pose. Go ahead and shake your hips out here, keeping a nice straight long back. From there, we're going to drop into our puppy pose, so keeping those legs back, scooching our arms forward, butt is up in the air, and we're really driving through those shoulders, through those armpits, trying to drive our chest down to the ground. The farther forward you go, the harder this is. So if this is really difficult, go ahead and keep your arms a little bit further back to start as you build up to this. Next, we're going to come back into that tabletop position, stacking our hips over our knees and our shoulders over our hands. We're going to go into a plank position, keeping our belly tucked in, trying to keep a nice neutral spine. And we're going to hold this for 30 seconds. Making sure that we stay breathing through this. Holding, holding, holding. In 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to do some hip dips to the side. So we're going to go down to the side, back to middle, down to the other side, back to middle, really engaging through our core here. Giving ourselves a nice little core strengthener. And you can come down to your knees. Give yourself a moment, and then we're going to go into a side plank. Lifting those hips nice and high through that side plank, opening up through that chest. Other arm comes up. We're going to hold here for 15 seconds. And then before coming down, we're going to bring that top arm down, reach underneath in between our arm and our body for 3. And then come down, give yourself a second. And then we'll do the other side. Getting into that nice stacked position, really thinking about pushing our hips up to the sky, nice open chest. Hold for 15 seconds, and then we'll drive the hand down through our body and our arm for 3. And then go ahead and and come on down. You can also do this position with your bottom leg down. If this is really, really difficult in the beginning, as you're building strength, feel free to hold like this. From there, we're gonna go ahead and come down to our back and do some little bridge ups. Plant your feet and use your arms down to your side, palms facing down, and we're going to lift those hips and really squeeze at the top. And squeeze. And lift and squeeze. For an extra challenge, you can also do this up on your toes. Now we're going to do some little hip rolls, warming up through that spine. So as we come up, we're going to tuck our pelvis, bring it up to the sky, and coming down, we're going to arch, 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 bringing it down in a nice smooth motion. And then on our last one, we're gonna hold at the top and we're gonna do some little mini pulses, really, really thinking about squeezing, squeezing, squeezing at the top. And hold. Go ahead and bring it back down. And roll ourselves up. Now palms facing back behind you. Again, really trying not to splay out that chest. We're going to do some little hip thrusts with a much bigger chest opener. We'll do 5 of these. Again, keeping that spine pretty neutral. Trying not to arch through that back too much, but just opening up through that chest. Squeezing as we get to the top. Holding the last one for a few seconds. Now, keeping your hands in that same position with your palms facing away from you, we're going to slowly scooch our butt forward and try to open up through that chest even a little bit more. Really breathe, breathe, breathe through this one. Once you get to your max, we're just gonna hold, hold, hold. You can try to scooch a little bit further forward. Slowly bring your hands back towards your hips to come back up. Come down to your belly. Bring one arm straight out to the side. We're going to look towards the other arm and then twist and open, trying to bring our foot to our hand. And then you can bring that other arm up and reach back, trying to reach towards your hand. This is one of my favorite ways to open up my shoulders. It feels really, really nice. It's a very gentle stretch. And then we can go ahead and come back. We're going to go to the other side, so bringing that arm straight out. Make sure you have some space. Looking towards the opposite, doing a big twist, bringing that foot up towards our hand. And then once you feel comfortable, you can take that other arm up and reach it back towards your other arm. We're going to hold here for a few seconds. Really breathing into this stretch. Coming back to neutral, you can shake out your hips a little bit Now we're going to do that same thing, but we're going to bring our arm up into a 90-degree angle. If this is really intense, you can bring your shoulder up a little bit higher. I like to keep my elbow up across from my face because this one's a little bit intense for me. And then we're going to do the same thing. We're going to do a big twist. And this is really going to open up through that armpit and the chest. And we're going to hold there and just breathe into it. You probably won't get as deep as you did when your arm was out straight, and that's okay. Again, this is supposed to be a nice gentle stretch. We're not trying to force into it. Can go back to neutral, and then we'll switch to the other side. We're just gonna hold into this, really breathing. Nice gentle twist. And then we can come back to our belly. We're gonna do a little reset, push up into that upward dog position, look over your shoulders back towards your feet. Let's drop into a little child's pose just as a nice little reset. Kind of working through those hips and that lower back. Roll ourselves up. Next, we're going to do some wall clocks. So we're going to stand up next to a wall. We want our side body as close to the wall as we can get. We're going to bring our arm up over our head, again, trying to push our armpit into the wall. And then we're slowly going to move our hand down the wall, really taking our time, finding the spots that we feel like we're getting a little bit stuck and holding there a little bit longer. If your arm starts to get tingly or go numb, you can bend your elbow just a little bit to help with that as you're building that flexibility in that shoulder. Slowly moving through this one. And then we'll do the other side. So again, putting our body up close next to the wall, bringing our arm up high, and then slowly working our way down. When I find a spot that feels a little bit tight, a little bit sticky, I like to stop and hold there for a minute. Really breathe through this entire stretch. Coming down nice and slow, and I'm going to hold from 12 o'clock down to 9 o'clock. Let's go ahead and shake our arms out. Take one arm across. We're going to keep our shoulder down Wrap the other hand around towards that elbow, and we're just gonna go up and down without lifting your shoulder. And take your hand out, touch your palm to your shoulder and lift. Give a nice little stretch. Again, keeping our body nice and neutral, being very careful not to splay out that rib cage. Let's do the other side, keeping that shoulder nice and down. We're moving the arm up and down without shrugging that shoulder. We're going to take that arm out, touch our palm to our shoulder, and then lift up. We can use the other arm to give ourselves a little assistance. Again, keeping ourselves in neutral. Don't overcompensate by splaying out that rib cage. Let's do 3 big rolls back, going nice and slow. Keeping our core tight. 4 big shoulder rolls forward. Reset, and you're finished.